Hey guys, first Regardsman here, and so I'll be talking about a heroic Instigator Bolt Carbine build for the Vanguard class in Space Marine 2 Patch 13. Now, this build will be using, of course, the heroic Instigator Bolt Carbine and stuff like Tip of the Spear to buff up our close range damage. Now, this weapon is actually pretty damn good. I think the heroic Instigator Bolt Carbine is one of the better options in the game for ranged weapons at the moment, and pretty comparable to stuff like the Marksman Carbine, like automatic version here. Now, for the perk tree, I do pick up pretty much all of the ammo perks because on Vanguard, your ammo economy does kind of suck. And because of that, we do start off with the perk here, Extended Magazine first. Magazine size increases by 15% of the maximum. Going here into the perk, Reload Restoration. After reloading your ammo reserve is restored by 50% of the number of enemies hit. Cannot exceed maximum ammo capacity. Now, this one's actually a pretty strong ammunition economy perk. Much better than stuff like Magazine Restoration for like dropping below 30% HP in my opinion. So definitely a good pickup. Next perk here is Divine Might for a 10% damage buff. Then we go through here into the perk Increased Capacity for even more ammo, over into the perk here Great Might, down to the perk Home Precision for way better hip fire. Like the hip fire here with this perk is actually pretty strong, and so I would definitely pick this up. And the final perks here are Recoupment for armor regen on headshot, because this perk is very strong on every single bolt weapon in the game pretty much for ops and hard strats. And also pick up Tactical Precision because headshot damage here is still overall better than body shot damage. If you want to skip this for like, I guess, a reload speed or something, you can definitely do that, but for the most part, I think it's a worthwhile pickup. Next perk here is Cleaving Fire, and the final perk here is Rampage. After killing 7 enemies rapid succession, you will deal 25% more damage for 10 seconds. The cooldown is 15 seconds. Now, on a Vanguard class, it's actually pretty good because you don't really need the perk up here, Rapid Health, for healing, and even though you're losing a little bit of headshot damage here, the 25% buff is actually quite strong on this perk effect. And that's pretty much all there is for the Heroic Carbine. Now, for the secondary weapon, I do take the newly buffed Neo Volkite pistol. Now, in patch 13, they actually upped the contested health recovery of this weapon on top of the heating speed, and it feels way better now. I mean, I'll be honest, the contested health recovery isn't that strong, but the heating speed is a huge buff, so great weapon. And I always kind of like the Neo Volkite anyways on classes that had a primary, because the big problem with this gun was always that contested health recovery, and the damage was like okay, but now the damage is way better because of that heating speed effectively, and also the Vanguard has a primary anyways, so the low contested health is kind of circumvented by that. Now, for the perk tree here in the variant, I just take the firepower version because more damage on this gun is in my opinion much better than just like a little bit of extra ammo, because the ammo economy here is not that bad anyways, and a little bit of like the DPS increase is quite nice. Now, for the perk tree here, I do start off with the perk Extended Magazine first, moving here to the perk Busted Momentum. After a gun strike, heating speed increases by 30% for 6 seconds. This is a really nice perk here. I do quite prefer Combustive Momentum over things like Gunstrike Reload on this gun. Then we go through here into the perk Increased Capacity, into the perk here Volkite Discharge Area, because Volkite Discharge Area expands by 20%. Moving into the perk Accelerate Combustion for a heating speed increase of 20% as well. Really strong perk on this gun these days. Up here into the perk Heat Retention, heat enemies cool down 25% slower. Moving into the perk Volkite Discharge. After killing a Majoris or higher enemy with a melee weapon, damage of the Volkite Discharge increases by 30% for 10 seconds. Now keep in mind, you can trigger this perk effect on a melee execute, not just a melee kill, but you also have to have the weapon equipped. If you swap off during those 10 seconds, you lose the effect, so just be aware of that. Final perk here is a Volkite Blitz. Volkite discharge damage increases by 25%, and the discharge area increases by 25% as well. Now, the perks down here, like Distributed Deflagration, excuse me, this perk is okay. I think the damage buff and area buff here is just way better in my opinion, and also Volkite Discharge is far superior to a Violent Deflagration, which is just a heating speed increase, because we already have pretty good heating speed on this weapon already these days. That's pretty much all there is for the secondary. Now, for the melee weapon, I do take the new heroic chainsword, the White Scars chainsword, which is one of the best melee weapons in the entire game right now. The heroic perk effect down here is called Fury of Chigoris. Adrenaline surge stacks are increased to 3. The third stack is a higher damage bonus, but the bonus for the second stack is reduced. The damage on this weapon is incredible. The speed is incredible. It's one of the most fluid weapons in all Space Marine 2. And also, the third stack here from Fury of Chigoris, and this will last for 4 seconds, something like the normal 2.2 seconds of other Adrenaline Surge stacks, so even better than it sounds initially. And I would pretty much always use this weapon on a chainsword these days because it is a very powerful option in Space Marine 2. Now, for the perks around this, I do start off with the perk Perpetual Strength first, moving here into the perk Swift Recovery. This just doubles your CHP recovery on heavy attacks, and the Vanguard already has a 50% buff to this on melee hits with his starting perk, so really good for him. And the next perk here is Perpetual Strength, up here into Perpetual Strength again, moving into the perk Reverberating Impact for stop AoE radius increase of 50%. And then I grab the perk here, Combined Onslaught, down to the perk Heavy Onslaught and Full Throttle for the combo skip. If you don't know how this works, I do have a full guide on this, I'll put in like the description below. Moving here to the perk Hard Target, and then the final perk here is Majora Slayer, because you don't actually need Extremis Slayer to one combo Majoras on this build usually. I mean, this will definitely help out at times, but there are ways to do that on the White Scar's Chainsword in that guide I'll post below. And that's pretty much all there is for the White Scar's Chainsword. Now, for our perk tree, it's pretty standard here. I start off with the perk here, Upper Hand first. After perk time parry, block, or dodge, you know this trope heavy hits cannot be knocked back for 10 seconds. When you were playing with a block weapon, you always want no knockback like this, so definitely grab this perk. Next perk here is Conviction for a 25% health damage reduction for 10 seconds on armor break, because this makes you way tankier, one of the best survivability perks in the entire game. Moving here to the perk Consecutive Execution, killing 7 enemies rapid session for equipment charged by 1. The cooldown is 90 seconds. A 90-second Melt-A-Bombs, Shock Grenades, Cracks, these will just save your games, and like honestly, equipment regen is just a top tier effect in every game mode of Space Marine 2, so definitely grab this for like a top tier build on this. Next perk here is Inner Fire. All teamers restore ability charged by 15% by performing finishers on Majoras or higher enemies. This perk is super underrated. I mean, not like that underrated, but definitely better than people think it is compared to Unbestial, and for the most part, this will solve the CDR economy of like half the classes in the game, and especially yours, because the Grapnel Launcher, despite being one of the weaker abilities in Space Marine 2 currently, really benefits from this perk thanks to effects here like Restless Fortitude for a 40% range damage reduction, Tip of the Spear for like debuffs on the enemy for range attack damage, and stuff down here like Launch Restoration for armor regen on every grapnel use, so really powerful perk effect. Next perk here is Restless Fortitude. After a diving kick, you take 40% less range damage for 10 seconds. Moving here into the perk Tip of the Spear. Enemies hit by diving kick take 15% more range damage for 10 seconds. This is not like that strong of a perk effect, but I do actually quite enjoy it in the game, because sometimes I just get bored of like the execute build, Zone of Impact, and stuff like Tenacity, so this is a nice alternative. Next perk here is Combat Readiness for even faster grapnel launcher recharge, and the final perk is Adrenaline Rush for some HP healing. They could also take like, you know, Tactical Prowess, or even the perk here Emperor's Blessing, or like maybe even swap it out for an execute build. That is up to you. That's pretty much all there is for the main perk tree. Now, for our Prestige perk options, this is also pretty standard. We take Battlefield Awareness to buff up our damage at close range even more with our Instigator. Moving here to the perk Fortitude for health increase of 15%, and we just go for the top tier armor regen effects here with Launch Restoration and Restoration, because this one gives you so much free armor, especially with Inner Fire, and Restoration is a top tier perk effect in the game already. And that's pretty much all there is for this build, guys. I mean, the Heroic Instigator feels really fun on the Vanguard class. Somebody actually asked me about this weapon the other day, so we're making this build here and now, and hopefully this build guide helped you. And if you like content like this, subscribe for more. And if you want to watch me live to ask me questions about the game, or just come hang out, you can find me here on YouTube or on Twitch with a link in the video description, alongside a link to my community Discord.
Pathetic tyranny of providence. Heresy led you to this end.
We waste time in this filth.
Is Big E handsome? Big E is as handsome as he wants to be, because I'm pretty sure he hides what he actually looks like.
Fresh magazine.
This Psyker looks extra.
Escalating conflict. All specs track the Scarab Cult terminated.
We waste time in this filth.
What the fuck? Actually, this is where my idea of Volkite actually come in handy.
Deploying advanced tactics. Scarab Cult servants defeated.
So the Neo Volkite's like the only form stagger we have at range on this build, but also the Neo Volkite stagger is
We waste time in this filth.
infinite range, pretty sure. This first area is always a bit of an ammo drought. We're also a Vanguard, so our ammo is, you know, these things, that's what I would call fabulous. Phew. Hunter, thank you for joining the Imperial Guard. Appreciate that.
The water moves as though it is alive.
Imagine a change for the Argent Edge perk, that would be pretty cool.
It lunges. Deadly.
I honestly think, I don't know, Zan, you can tell me what you think about this. Oh, what if we just gave the Argent Edge stagger effect to every fencing weapon in Space Marine 2? Does not the damage effect.
Repel the heretic filth.
I think I might actually use fencing then.
Picking up extra rounds.
Morning, what's up, Ravine?
This monstrosity is dead.
Hi, what's up, Horror Man? The real Emperor's very deep within the Golden Throne. That is true. In fact, he looks a lot worse. Like, they have like the little pilgrim image. At least the one from John Blanche, rest in peace. But you know, the image of the God Emperor sitting on the throne with like the bionic eye and all that. He actually looks like 10 times worse than that. It looks sickening. It looks horrific. Hello and have a nice day. Thank you, Bozerman. I hope you also have a nice day, brother. The Emperor we see isn't the real one. Yep. He looks even worse. Vanguard looks so cool with the cape, especially with the Doom Eagles. Emperor just needs some lotion, yeah, to fix this, the horrific skin, yeah, probably. Gotta moisturize. There's a sad looking guy off to the side of the thing. That's true. Right, maybe we'll get a boss spawn here. The lock weapons kind of fuck up Halberd, so.
Changing magazine. Fresh magazine in.
His elbows crusty. Yeah, he's got the crustiest elbows of all time.
Stay close and
Alright,
sharp.
2 Biovores. Cool. Oh, 3 Biovores. Well, let's do this way. This is Volkite maxing.
Protecting my static Moxino firefall. Silence that vermin's call. More foul. Stand resolute against the Xenos swarm. Rot, tyrannid scum. Fresh munitions. Moving into range. Four bombs incoming. War gear engaged. Young beast, take it down. Round all arms. Fresh magazine in.
Imagine a Demon Prince boss fight. They would never. You're not wrong. They would never. It would look really cool in this game, though. Even though we die pretty fast. I mean, we did get a Lord of Change boss fight. That is something. If you asked me when Space Marine 2 first came out, are we gonna see a Lord of Change boss fight? I would have called you crazy.
You are fertilizer now, Xenos. Swapping magazine. Resupply.
well. That was a lot of guys for the very beginning of that.
Keep me company while I wait.
Vultures feel so much better now. They definitely do. It appears that all it needed was body shot damage in this game. Being a boss doesn't upset this map ends so suddenly. True.
Rearming.
We might actually get that next patch from this boss fight in this. You never know.
Into the fray. Changing magazine.
Look at all these four lines. What the Neo Volkite's good for. Also, where Vanguard's being to do this.
At last, the traitors will regret their trespass.
How come tactical it can't dodge forward, only roll? So he's only melee classes can do like a little step dodge.
I will not rest while the traitors breathe.
Ammunition cache here. Be ready. Betrayer scum's got what they deserve.
What's up, George? So the PTS server for patch 14 of the new war gear, or is that going to come with the official update? We have no idea if there's even a PTS yet,
Where
so
lie the defenders? Not one corpse remains.
we have no clue there's going to be a
I
PTS.
have received your auspex readings. Your new orders are to advance to the
Heavy Bolter feels like it holds its own so well against the other
Archfield
heavy weapon choices after the buff, definitely.
Shield or otherwise.
I think the Heroic Heavy Bolter is the best weapon for
Cover
the
fragment. Deny the
heavy
thousand
class now
sons
on
of
ops and strats.
Gladly.
The corpse Emperor's loyal hounds arrive.
It was more like a Team New Lord of Change boss fight, it's true.
You cannot comprehend. The true sweets will shatter.
Alright, so you get a boss fight here.
Little minds. The pity you will die in ignorance. You are the curse raging against the stars. Insignificant.
Destroy that monstrosity!
This place lacks soldiers. Find the broken machine.
The easiest way to do that, I guess.
Escalating conflict.
Which generator is broken?
So the 3-shot heroic? No, this is the heroic Instigator 5-shot. I imagine that's what you meant, so yes. Yeah, it was probably exactly what you're thinking of.
This one.
That's what you're saying, Instigator part. Yeah, it's the Instigator. Once UFC runs solo missions, it looks less like a space stream, more like a Custodes. I don't say that.
Heresy led you to this end.
God.
Which generator is broken? This one works. Useless.
Reloading.
Which generator is broken? This one.
Watching you play always makes you feel like purging heretics? Hell yeah. What it's all about. That's kind of the entire game, isn't it?
Done. It works.
There we go. Bad.
Fresh magazine in.
Ow. Ow. Just kidding. What are consequences? We lost 5% HP. We'll get back in 2 seconds.
We are registering a significant warp energy spike inside Nozick's laboratory. Reach the lab and eliminate the heretics. Do not allow their ritual to reach completion. Confirmed. I will enjoy this. There is me in the flesh, they've craven. Wanting us towards from a lurking coward.
Your miserable life ends in disgrace. Well,
I tried to do the C25 on normal yesterday, got screwed by the negative modifier at the end. Constant performance utter trash. Yeah, dude, the siege mode performance in this game is dog shit. It is dog shit.
overwhelming force engaged.
I'm pretty sure the only reason I don't see more people complain about it is because nobody actually tries to go past like wave 20 in that game anymore. Or hasn't in ages. Yeah, look at all these guys. I'm trying to sneak a missile on me.
Rearming. Primitive tactics. Melt upon pride. Reloading.
If there are more waves than 20, yeah. It may shock you. Yo, have you seen the bug of the assault and the throw plasma pistol? Which one? Which bug is that? You telling me there's more bugs in Space Marine 2? No way.
Swapping magazine. No telling what
Or you can shoot the pistol from the air and then ground pound. That's pretty cool.
Squirm until your end, abomination.
Shoot it from the air during ground pound. That's actually pretty cool.
The stench of heretical sorcery. The pyre awaits, and we shall light it.
How many drinks or ordeals are we in so far? None. We're currently sober.
The floating islands across there.
Just death for a betrayal. Sorcery claws at my senses. Changing magazine.
Didn't even unlock the rope plans, but yeah, we'll do a video on that after. That sounds pretty funny. The air, what do I even call it? The air bomber. Oh, that gun still sucks on the assault class, I would say, but it's still pretty funny. Just because, why would you want the when you get no, like a lot of your contested health recovery on assault comes from your secondary.
Thousand suns resist the blighted presence.
There's more optimal combos to do there, but that's okay.
Warriors
Where you go? Oh, he's out here fighting the oh, if he wants to come over here, he can. I don't want to fight him in like, oh, there he is. He did want to come over. Alright, fucking one random ass of Vanguard just throws off the entire thing, thank you. I hate that when they do that shit to you, you have to, you're forced to parry and then remove. There's no other option. A little bit differently. Could've.
into the fray. Vanguard spear carrier in sight. Melter bomb ready. Rearming. Moving into range. Activated. Swapping magazine.
I guess we're down here.
No heretics remain. Well done, boys. Combatant tongue.
Alright, he's like way out there. What am I supposed to do about that?
War gear engaged.
I have to walk over.
My resolve cannot be tainted. Heretic sighted. Fresh magazine in.
That's the longest reach shot I've ever seen. When do you think Sniper and Bulwark and Tech Marine will also be able to get capes? If they ever do. Sniper's never gonna get capes. They said. Not doing that. Because these capes are from Mark X. Tech Marine, probably not anytime soon.
Nosix Lab is ahead. Enough waiting. This is our destination.
Mounting meltable. Vanguard down. Full specs touch the Scarab not terminate. Cursed champion of chaos. Fresh magazine.
Alright, we should be able to nuke them down here. Oh, maybe having no ammo here kind of sucks.
Valor and Perk.
Okay, see if we can't grab this. So they made it so you get knocked out of this pretty easily now. Okay, finally ammo. My beloved. We killed them too hard.
Swapping magazine. Justice for turning against your brother. War gear engaged. Changing magazine.
Oh, there we go.
Stay close and sharp.
I'm hanging out here for 42 minutes at the Xbox Showcase to do something cool. I mean, what am I, Mr. Incredible?
Destroy the ritual. Shut to the eyes. Break the force fields. What is it to end life? It is an honor to be the executioners of the Emperor. Why do we fight?
Is there an event going on? There will be for the Xbox Game Showcase,
Evil of the Xenos.
which will have the Skatari stuff coming out for the Dark Tide.
I have eyes on a spearman. Focus on that monstrosity. Someone calls for reinforcements. Enemy reinforcements have heard the bloody cry.
Canadians, you are liberated. Do your duty.
Kill that foe, lest it summon me. Brace yourself, the arch enemy are at our doorstep. Grant them only fresh magazine in. We triumph over our malformed foe. We have shattered its spear, setting down the charge. Moving into range. Silence that soul-stealing threat. Your miserable life ends in disgrace. Activated.
Perfect.
Rearming. Closing the gap.
We'll scrape our HP back up. I'm so sick of these lightning anglers.
Overwhelming force engaged. Our foe has fallen. We stand victorious. The Emperor's will is done.
Guardsman freed.
War gear engaged. Just death for a betray. Fresh magazine in. Activated.
No, the title is Peak. Thank you, Osborne. The Dragon Maxing stream.
Codex tactics. Changing magazine.
That shit.
Picking up extra rounds.
Only second to the 720p Aura Farm stream.
Another ward for
Oh, there we go.
no more wards. Point me at beyond the altar sustains this filth.
Oh man, that too for Peak. We're taking streaming back to 2014, boys. I'm sure if I buy a bunch of LED lights, then I'll be successful. I'm sure it'll finally happen. Maybe if I buy an Epic Gamer share. I need a gigantic neon sign that says FTG. That's from Peak. The Dark Angel's secret lab is actually a thing. Yeah, man, it looks too good. Hold on, there's an actual Dark Angel share. If only if it wasn't, you know, if only it weren't as shit as a... Only gamer shares didn't suck. Office shares are peak. Oh, my Volkite. Where's the Herman Miller Blood Angel share? I don't know, dude. They've done Logitech so far. It's a great question. Where is the Herman Miller 40k collab you've been dying for? I'm sure it's what every office worker wants is like Sanguinius on their chair. The Herman Miller Golden Throne tree. There we go. Yeah, gaming chairs suck. Gaming chairs are for suckers, dude. I swear to God. Like, actually gaslit people by marketing. Every desk? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Secret lab desks are good. They're actually good. Their chairs suck, though. That was reckless. You can't die in there. Like, once you actually activate the eyeball, it's impossible to lose. Well, that was that. That was the heroic Instigator Vice Versa build. See, perfect hybrid right there. Almost half and half.